Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of Antony Innocent,
Okay.
a corporate trainer based in India.
Sounds good.
You sent us his website, and you're really keen on learning more about his approach to NLP
Mm-hmm.
and leadership training.
Yeah.
There are some pretty big name testimonials on there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Titan Company Limited,
Okay.
Page Industries Ltd.
Wow.
This guy's got some serious street cred.
Absolutely. And it's not just the big names that are interesting.
Right.
What's fascinating here is how Antony positions himself.
Okay.
Soft skills trainer slash NLP trainer and coach slash voiceover expert.
Ah, that's quite a mouthful.
He's clearly not limiting himself to one specific niche.
Okay, so maybe he's a jack of all trades, but is he a master of any?
Right.
Let's unpack this.
Okay.
He's got this team building program called Change on the Fly
Mm-hmm.
that specifically highlights NLP.
Right.
Now, I know NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, but how does Antony use it to help teams, say, improve communication or navigate conflict?
That's a great question. And to answer it, we need to go a bit deeper into what makes Antony's approach to NLP stand out.
Okay.
He seems to focus on practical application,
Okay.
giving people tangible tools they can use immediately.
I like that.
For example, imagine a team stuck in a conflict cycle.
Yeah.
Antony might introduce the NLP technique of reframing,
Okay.
helping them shift their perspective.
Okay.
Instead of seeing the conflict as a personal attack,
Mm-hmm.
they learn to view it as an opportunity for growth and understanding.
That's interesting.
It's not just about smoothing things over.
Right.
It's about equipping them with a new way to approach challenging situations.
That's a fantastic example. It's
Yeah.
not just about telling people to communicate better. It's
No.
about giving them the tools to actually change their thinking and behavior patterns.
Exactly.
And this ties directly to his focus on inspiring leadership versus controlling leadership, right?
Exactly, if we connect this to the bigger picture of inspiring leadership.
Okay.
Antony seems to be using NLP techniques to cultivate those specific qualities in leaders.
Right.
Think about things like anchoring positive states,
Mm-hmm.
where a leader learns to consciously access and project a feeling of confidence or calm, even under pressure,
Okay.
or rapport building,
Okay.
where NLP techniques are used to create a genuine connection and understanding with team members.
Right.
It's about moving away from that top-down authoritative approach
Right.
and creating an environment where people feel empowered and motivated.
Okay, so he's using NLP to shift mindsets for both teams, A and D leaders.
Yeah.
It's like he's tackling those common workplace issues,
Mm-hmm.
low morale, communication breakdowns
Yeah.
from multiple angles.
Exactly.
And on that note, he also offers communication skills training,
Interesting.
covering everything from influencing skills and presentation skills to email etiquette.
Wow.
It's a pretty comprehensive communication boot camp.
And it makes sense that he'd have this broad range of communication training.
Yeah.
If you think about it, strong communication skills are the foundation for almost everything in a business setting,
Yeah.
from negotiating deals to leading teams
Yeah.
to simply getting your point across clearly in an email.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Antony's inspiring leader philosophy really shines.
Okay.
He's not just teaching people to communicate.
Right.
He's teaching them to communicate in a way that builds trust, inspires action, and fosters a positive work environment.
You know, for someone who's maybe struggling to make their voice heard or
Yeah.
lead effectively,
Right.
this approach could be a game changer.
Absolutely.
But what about people who aren't native English speakers?
Oh, that's interesting.
I see he offers English language proficiency training,
Okay.
which seems especially important in today's globalized business world.
Absolutely. Think about it. You could have the best ideas and leadership qualities,
Yeah.
but if you can't communicate them effectively in English,
Right.
particularly in a global context, it's going to be a barrier.
Totally.
And it's not just about grammar and vocabulary.
Right.
It's about understanding the nuances of business communication in English,
Yeah.
which can vary depending on the cultural context.
Speaking of cultural context, he also offers corporate storytelling training.
Oh, wow.
Is that like teaching executives to spin yarns around the water cooler?
It's much more strategic than that.
Oh, okay.
It speaks to the power of narrative,
Okay.
of using stories to connect with people on an emotional level,
Mm-hmm.
convey complex ideas,
Yeah.
and inspire action.
Right.
This is particularly relevant for inspiring leaders
Okay.
who need to communicate their vision,
Sure.
build relationships, and motivate their teams.
Okay.
It's about moving beyond dry data
Yeah.
and presentations
Yeah.
and tapping into the power of storytelling to make a real impact.
So it's not just once upon a time.
No.
It's about crafting narratives that resonate with your audience
Right.
and drive real business outcomes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fascinating. What else is in Antony's bag of tricks?
Let's see.
We've been talking about communication leadership, even storytelling, but let's get back to Antony's core expertise.
Right.
NLP.
Okay.
His website talks about how he integrates NLP into almost all of his training programs.
Yeah.
What I'm curious about is how does he make sure that people with different levels of understanding,
Right.
from total newbies to those who already know a bit about NLP, can all benefit from his training?
That's a great question. And it speaks to the challenge of making specialized knowledge accessible and relevant to a wider audience.
Right.
It appears that Antony offers a multi-tiered approach.
Okay.
He has foundational courses for beginners,
Okay.
which provide that essential understanding of core NLP principles.
Right.
But then he also has more specialized training
Okay.
that dives deeper into specific areas,
Okay.
like sales or leadership.
Gotcha.
This allows individuals to choose their own adventure,
Oh, I like that.
starting with the basics and progressing to more advanced applications as their understanding grows.
It's like that choose your fighter screen in a video game.
Ah, right.
You pick the path that aligns with your goals and skill level. I love that.
Yeah.
It makes NLP feel less intimidating and more like a journey you can personalize.
Exactly.
But let's get specific.
Okay.
Earlier, you mentioned how NLP techniques like reframing can help teams navigate conflict. Can you give me another example of how Antony might use NLP in, say, his leadership training?
Absolutely. Imagine a leader who struggles with public speaking
Okay.
or presenting to a large group.
Right.
Antony might introduce the NLP technique of anchoring positive states.
Okay.
This involves linking a specific touch, word, or image
Okay.
to a feeling of confidence or calm.
Okay.
The leader can then use this anchor to trigger that positive state
Okay.
before or during a presentation,
Yeah.
helping them manage their nerves and project more authority. It's like having a secret weapon to boost their confidence and impact.
That's incredibly clever. It's like creating a shortcut
Right.
to access those peak performance states we all have within us.
Yeah.
But what about those of us who aren't necessarily leading a board meeting, but still want to improve our everyday communication?
Yeah.
Could Antony's NLP training help with that?
You bet.
Yeah.
NLP isn't just for executives and high-powered leaders.
Right.
It can be applied to all sorts of communication scenarios.
Okay.
For example, let's say you want to get better at handling difficult conversations,
Yeah.
whether it's with a colleague, a family member, or even your boss. NLP provides tools for understanding how language influences emotions and behavior.
Okay.
You can learn to identify those patterns in your own communication
Right.
and adjust them to create more positive and productive interactions.
Okay.
It's about understanding the subtle ways we influence each other through language
Yeah.
and using that knowledge to communicate more effectively.
Okay. That's starting to make NLP feel a lot more relevant to my daily life.
Right.
It's not just some abstract theory, it's a practical toolkit for navigating those tricky communication situations we all face.
Exactly.
And this might sound like a strange connection,
Okay.
but thinking about the impact of language and tone of voice makes me wonder,
Yeah.
is there any link between Antony's NLP training and his voice training for public speakers?
That's a brilliant observation. It's easy to see those two programs as separate.
Yeah.
But you're right, there's a definite connection.
Okay.
In NLP, we talk about how vocal tonality and pacing can actually amplify the effectiveness of certain techniques.
Oh.
For example, if you're trying to build rapport, your tone of voice and the speed at which you speak can play a huge role in creating that sense of connection.
Wow. Okay.
So for someone who's already learning these NLP techniques,
Right.
voice training can add another layer of mastery to their communication skills.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like he's taking a holistic approach. Recognizing that effective communication involves both the mental and physical aspects of expression.
Exactly.
It's not just about the words you choose, but how you deliver them.
Exactly. Think about it. A leader who's mastered the NLP techniques for inspiring a team,
Yeah.
but then delivers the message with a flat monotone voice, is going to have a much harder time getting people on board.
Right.
But if they combine those NLP skills with the power of their voice,
Okay.
they can truly amplify their impact and inspire action.
It makes you realize how much goes into truly effective communication.
Right.
It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. And Antony seems to be addressing all of these elements with his diverse range of training programs. But there's one offering we haven't talked about yet that I find particularly intriguing.
Oh, yeah?
His Train the Trainer course.
Okay.
It suggests he's not just content with training individuals and teams.
Interesting.
He wants to empower others to become trainers themselves.
Now, that's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
It speaks to a deep commitment to not just imparting knowledge,
Right.
but spreading it, creating a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Think about the potential impact.
Okay.
Antony trains someone who then goes on to train 10 more people.
Right.
And each of those 10 people train 10 more, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Like a knowledge chain reaction.
It's almost like he's building an army of NLP-powered trainers
Yeah.
who can then go out and help others unlock their communication and leadership potential.
Exactly.
But why train trainers? What's the bigger picture here?
Mm.
We were just talking about Antony's the trainer program
Right.
and the ripple effect it could create.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm a little puzzled.
Right.
Why would someone who's already successful as a trainer
Mm-hmm.
want to teach others to do what he does?
Right.
Isn't he creating competition for himself?
It's a question that speaks to a certain mindset, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Some people see knowledge as something to be hoarded,
right.
a competitive advantage.
Okay.
But Antony seems to view it differently.
You know.
He sees the value in empowering others,
Okay.
even if it means they might eventually become his competitors.
Right.
It suggests a deep confidence in his own abilities
Mm-hmm.
and a genuine desire to see NLP in his approach to training flourish.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
It's a more abundant mindset.
right.
The idea that there's enough success to go around.
Exactly.
And when you think about it, the demand for skilled corporate trainers,
Mm-hmm.
especially those with an NLP background, is only growing.
Yeah,
Maybe he sees this program as a way to address that need,
right.
to create more qualified professionals who can help companies navigate the challenges of today's workplace.
Precisely. And let's not forget the value this program offers to existing L&D professionals.
Oh, right, L&D.
Learning and development is
Yeah.
a constantly evolving field,
Yeah,
and staying ahead of the curve is crucial.
for sure.
Antony's the trainer program could provide those professionals with the latest NLP techniques
Okay.
and training methodologies, helping them level up their skills and deliver even more impactful programs.
So it's not just about creating more trainers.
Right.
It's about raising the bar for the entire industry.
Right.
And that brings us back to Antony's holistic approach.
Yeah.
He's not just focused on individual skills.
Right.
He's looking at the bigger picture,
Mhm.
the ecosystem of training and development.
Okay.
He's thinking about how to create a more impactful, skilled workforce,
Right.
one trainer at a time.
It's a powerful vision,
Yeah.
and it speaks to a deep understanding of the transformative potential of education.
Right.
He's not just teaching skills. He's empowering individuals to become agents of change within their organization.
That's pretty cool.
And who knows, maybe some of those individuals will go on to create their own training programs,
Yeah.
spreading Antony's approach even further.
It's amazing to think about the ripple effect that one person's passion for knowledge can create.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about Antony's other unique offering,
Right.
the voice training for public speakers.
Oh.
It seems like a natural fit for someone with his background as a voiceover artist. But how does this program tie into his broader approach to training and development?
It's all about recognizing the power of the voice
Okay.
as an instrument of communication and influence.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the most inspiring leaders and speakers you've encountered.
Okay.
Chances are they had a commanding presence,
Yeah.
a way of using their voice to capture attention and convey emotion.
Right.
Antony understands that this isn't just about having a good voice.
Yeah.
It's about mastering the nuances of vocal tonality, pacing, and projection
Right.
to amplify your message and connect with your audience on a deeper level.
I'm starting to see how this could be a game changer for anyone who needs to present or communicate effectively,
Yeah.
whether it's a CEO giving a keynote speech
Right.
or a manager leading a team meeting.
Exactly.
And when you combine this voice training with the NLP techniques we've been discussing,
Yeah.
it creates a powerful synergy. You're not just choosing the right words, you are delivering them with impact and authenticity.
Exactly. And it goes beyond the professional realm as well.
Oh, really?
Imagine someone who struggles with social anxiety
Okay.
or lacks confidence in their everyday interactions.
Right.
Voice training can empower them to speak up,
Yeah,
express themselves clearly, and project a sense of self-assurance.
that's interesting.
It's about finding your voice both literally and metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
and using it to create positive change in your life and the lives of others.
Well, I think it's safe to say that we've thoroughly explored the fascinating world of Antony Innocent
Yeah.
and his unique approach to corporate training.
He's quite a guy.
From his expertise in NLP and its integration into various programs to his passion for empowering trainers and the intriguing offering of voice training, it's clear that Antony is a visionary leader in the field of personal and professional development.
His story is an inspiring reminder that continuous learning and growth are essential for success in any field.
Absolutely.
And his dedication to helping others unlock their full potential is truly commendable.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I encourage you, our listener, to reflect on what you've learned today.
Right.
And consider how these insights might apply to your own life and goals.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Whether you're looking to enhance your communication skills, develop your leadership potential, or simply become a more effective and confident individual.
Absolutely.
Antony's story offers valuable lessons for us all.
For sure.
Remember, the journey of learning and growth is an ongoing one.
It is.
Embrace the opportunities that come your way, and never stop exploring the vast potential that lies within you.
Well said. And who knows, maybe exploring Antony's website a little further might be a good next step on that journey.
That's it for this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.